they can grasp a little idea from the other one, just to try to understand as fast as possible the position itself, already starting move one. And it's interesting that so we can enjoy this round immensely because we have time to figure out and understand what's going on, but there are some very fast actions happening between Gukesh and Fabiano. So let's see, what was this? Bishop f2, maybe we can go back a few moves before, just to try to understand why they are suddenly so active and fast as well.
Yeah, exactly. Even because there are not too many moves, let's start from the very beginning. We already know all these moves. This is kind of today's theory, as we can say. Bishop d5, rook e1, queen g8, and here the tempting move knight e3, kicking the bishop away, was played by Sindelov against Nakamura. Gukesh had other ideas. He wanted to develop the bishop first to f2, and suddenly Fabiano immediately jumps on the possibility to create some dynamics. Why am I not updating? What is happening? Yeah, so okay, yeah, thanks technology. Now we are back. So knight g6 happened, attacking the pawn on f4. Yeah, the knight is hitting the pawn. White pushes f5. Black continues energetically with knight f4, hitting the pawn on g2, and white plays the move knight e3. G6. Wow, with 2 seconds on the clock.
G3?
It's a nervous move, yeah, because...
It's Rook G3?
Well, everything looks good, yeah. Knight F5 happened. And Knight F7. The knight jumps to F7, Knight G5 is red, but wait a second, isn't this just over just some King F6, making sure that you sidestep Knight G5 and F2 check? I have this intermezzo, and then later Knight G3 is coming.
Well, the problem is for white, the H7 bishop will not come out anytime soon, for sure.
Yeah, King F6, the counterplay is stopped. You also threaten F2 followed by Rook F3.
The knight on F5 protects the G7 square, so actually the knight on G5 is hanging once I take Rook takes H4. Yeah, so just with arrows, let me highlight what we are talking about. King F6 on the board.
Yeah, Fabi is very strong in converting winning positions as well.
Better than Knight G5, and then this forced line of F2 check, King E2 Rook takes H4, and all of a sudden white has no way of giving Knight E4 check because the rook from H4.
But after Rook H4 you have Knight F3 and capturing the F2 pawn.
But you mean that Rook F4, Knight H4, but even then the bishop is stuck on H7 and you just collect the rook inside.
You are spoiling the pie.
But you are fighting! You are fighting as always, eh?
10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, G7.
It's of course a very sad move, giving up the pawn but opens up the bishop.
So F2 check followed by Rook F3 would win.
But it's so tempting just to take Knight takes G7, yeah, eliminate this.
But it's very tempting to go F2 and Rook F7.
Okay, with all the tension, really?
With all the tension.
It's very
with 3
concrete.
seconds on your clock.
It's very concrete.
As commentators, I understand the thrill of it.
Peter, you were sitting next to me in so many chess Olympiads
go.
as a team. You know that I would go F2 and Rook
Of
F3.
course, and Fabi does the same, yeah. You guys have good nerves.
And that's it. There's the resigns.
So white means black wins, but black wins with checkmate.
You can queen, you can promote to a knight, give one spy check, and then resign. He will resign right now.
What a game, what a fight.
King F1, Knight G3 check.
What a heartbreaking moment for Gukesh.
Yeah.
It was an incredible game, an incredible fight. It's so many rollercoaster moments.
Yeah, very interesting game, and if after the game he will be told that there was this fantastic opportunity with the queen sacrifice and he might have won the game, that will hurt.